Alright, Outlaw Radio Live fans, you already know what it is. You are listening to Canada's #1 hit music, hip-hop station, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM, and we got two amazing individuals straight out of California on the air right here, right now. We got Tone, the manager, and Blak Lazarous. How you doing this evening?
What's up, y'all? What up, dog? What's cracking, Canada? What's happening? Outlaw Radio? What's up, Canada? What's up, Outlaw Radio, man?
Hey, man, doing the same as you guys, man. Trying to stay corona-free and trying to just put in work on the radio show, man. How are you guys doing out in California?
We're doing great. We're actually in Las Vegas, in the corporate office here in Las Vegas.
Hey, that's what's up. So you guys are out in Las Vegas. I thought you guys were out in Cali.
No, our office is headquartered here in Las Vegas. Yes, we're in the offices right now, but we work out there as well.
Hey, man, you know what? Las Vegas sometimes is better than California, man. You know, they got the casinos, best place to party. What happens in Vegas most definitely stays in Vegas.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that's real. That's real. Good, man.
So I gotta ask you guys, what made you guys decide to get into the music industry from the start?
What do you want to ask? Who want to answer that, Blak or me?
Both of you guys, man. Whoever wants to go first.
Question. Go ahead, talk. Well, man, I'll jump in there, man. Me being from Long Beach, California, man, you know, I really grew up around music. You know, in Long Beach, music is our roots. You know what I mean? So just growing up, I grew up around a lot of the pioneers. You know, being from the East Side. Actually, you had one of my gurus on the radio station a little earlier, Keith Clizart, and he was one of the cats early in the game that basically took me under his wing and taught me the game in the music industry, basically. So I was just inspired by my uncles and OGs, is what I would say. Yeah.
And yeah, man, Keith Clizart, man, is a phenomenal individual, man. Phenomenal, very talented individual as well, like 12-time platinum. It's most definitely an achievement.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I have to ask you, Tone, as well. Like, you were also a manager for many individuals. What made you decide to actually get into that part of the music industry?
I was born into it, actually. God had just naturally selected me to be the chosen one, so I accepted it. Been a music junkie all my life. Started studying record companies at the age of 5 and 6 and 7. By the time I got 10, 15 years old, I had already knew all the executives in all the record companies, all the major companies back then. I used to break dance. I was a real b-boy, music junkie. I did it all. And I was known for the music at the same time. I'm assuming God had already planned out for me because it all made sense at the end. But I knew I was going to be a music executive, you know.
And I have to ask, how did you two get connected? Like, what's the story between you two meeting?
So me and Blak met through a few other friends, should I say, you know, around the city. A few that we know that are connected with him. Me and Blak linked up because I've been checking him out. I was checking him out in the same time, watching how he was moving. And probably saw me move around the city too, because I actually do mostly events out here in Las Vegas. Yeah. Like I said, I'm from Long Beach, California, but me and Tone are both out here in Las Vegas. So being two active roles in the Las Vegas music scene, man, it was natural that we ran into each other. You know what I mean? Two cats on the same frequency. So Tone was doing major business. I'm all about major business, and we linked up, man. And you know, big future. And we just been working ever since. We locked in, and it's been great things ever since. So right now, it's all about the pursuit. So.
And also, Tone, you formed Grinded Out Records in the year 2007. I have to ask you, what's the story behind that company, and what made you decide to start Grinded Out Records?
Well, it has two in and outs of it because when I wanted to start Grinded Out Records, I never went ahead and I didn't take care of my paperwork, my legal work. I also was already paying for a lot of artists' albums to be produced in Cincinnati, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia, and Detroit, Michigan, and Indianapolis as well. So I was over there running through all those cities before I even got to Vegas. So by the time I got to Vegas, I already had 17 albums executive produced. I had a big team. I had a big label. I formed the label because I always wanted to be behind the scenes, but at the same time, I felt like I owe this credit to the music industry and to the hip hop culture. As far as being so deep and so involved in it, it was only right for me to form a label, give an artist a platform where they can, try to be the best they can be, and at the same time make money and get what you expect out of it, and be able to, and no selling souls and none of that bullshit going on. So just straight doing straight proper business with good artists independently and building from that situation.
And I have to ask you, man, who do you currently have signed to your record label right now?
Well, right now I have a few cats. I have Blak Lazarous. I still have I have Ace Beast, goes by the name of Ace One Yoda in Atlanta. I also have me as an artist, and as far as signed to the label, I haven't signed any new artists recently in a while because we had a few issues with the label. I signed some fake ass artists, so I had to release a lot of them. So right now, I wanted to kind of take a step back, make sure the company was stable, and we were positioned where we needed to be. Blak Lazarous came into the picture because accordingly, I think it just made sense. But as far as management and signing artists, I just don't manage artists. But I think we just have something great, and I think it's a good thing for a company right now. And I want someone who I know I can trust, someone's going to deliver. So lyrically, I don't just sign any artists just because they want to be signed. Just don't do that. But I feel that it's his time. He done paid his dues, and why not be with a good company? You know what I'm saying? And some good people around him. Because when he eat, I eat.
And that's the best way to look at it, man. Best way to look at it.
Hmm?
So Blak, also last month on April 4th, you dropped the video for your song "God Bless America." I have to ask you, what's the story behind that song, and also where can our listeners actually check that music video out?
Okay, definitely. Well, you can check that music video out on the YouTube. Definitely on my YouTube channel. And if they follow me on Instagram or Facebook, they can go ahead and check this song. It's being rapidly shared, or they can listen to the track or check it out on the Spotify and all the other platforms right now. And the motivation behind that song really was just me always been one that want to get out there and speak, man. I feel like, Blak Lazarous represents a voice of the people, you know what I mean? I'm that voice right now that the streets need. And I linked up with, Tone linked me up with my boy Conley West, who produced the track. And it just inspired me, man. The music inspires me, brings emotion out of me, and then it brought that emotion out that I need to speak. And I guess the time was divine because the world was in a situation right now where, we need to sit down and we need to listen to something. Somebody needs to speak about something, man. And so, it was, God instrumentation is what I call that track, man. It just came together right, man. It was just perfect.
And I actually have to say, I checked that track out right before we got on the air, and I have to say it is such a powerful song. And I really do think the people in America, not even America, but all of North America, need to check that track out because it actually has such a powerful message and tons of inspiration behind that particular track.
Yes, it definitely does. And he has a whole new album coming out, so everybody stay tuned for the new album. It's called The Pursuit, y'all. Tons and tons of good music. Not a lot of. We don't do all the wishy-washy, the bullshit rap. We don't do that. We got real MCs over here. People that take their careers seriously, and not just whole people jumping around and just rapping and trying to rhyme. We don't do that. This is really about business. That's why I don't sign a lot of artists, because a lot of them are not prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? So I try to do accordingly and diligently, and I think Blak Lazarous just makes it all perfect for the label. So in the same time, it's just about him right now. I've been doing this a long time. I'm in my last days of recording, dropping my projects and stuff. So I want to make sure we have something prominent in the label, of course. And that's what we got, The Pursuit. And it's dropping. When we drop this thing, y'all gonna understand why we've been moving the way we've been moving.
And Tone, I have to also ask you this, man, because I noticed a lot of posts with yourself and along with the Dove Shack. I have to ask you, how did you get connected with the Dove Shack? Like, what's the story behind that formation?
I'm a big dog in the game. I always have been. Before the Shack. Shout out to the Shack, Bo Rock, Two Scoop, C-Night. Them are my brothers, man. I've been doing this a long time. Me and C Knight was always friends. You know, C Knight is actually on album number 14 on the intro that I produced about 14 years ago. He's on the introduction of that album, The Sound of Money Part 2. Anyway, so we always was cool and stuff like that. So I always did business throughout the city. You know, he recognized and seen it, and I thought it would make great sense for me to come to the team. And he sat on with the Shaq, and they came up bringing me into the situation. So I ended up being their manager and C Knight's personal manager as well. And at the same time, we was good friends. So that's how it kind of happened. It took me a little minute, but I learned, I had a bob and weave, and shit, I'm the man now. Shit.
And quickly before we move off the topic of the Dove Shack, I did notice before this COVID-19 pandemic that C Knight actually had a tour. I was wondering, I'm going to ask this one for the fans that are listening that possibly might have had tickets purchased. Do you down the road, are those tickets actually going to be like refunded, or are they actually going to be like for new dates for new concerts?
Anything a customer client's paying for, we honor everything. We don't take nothing from no one. We have moving adjusted the tour dates because of the COVID-19. So we have moved the tour dates to end of July. Some of the same cities will still stay there. We just kind of changed up a few. We lost a few and picked up a few. We actually will be in Denver. We picked up Denver, Dallas, Houston, Texas, and I can't even think straight. It's so many options that we have, but at the same time, we want to just kind of keep it at a minimum. But we did lose New York City, Brooklyn, New Jersey, Connecticut. We lost all those states over there, but we will kick the tour off in Virginia Beach on July the 20th.
That's what's up, man. I'm hoping one day you guys get the opportunity to come to Canada, because I would love to see a Dove Shack show, and I think a lot of other Canadian hip-hop fans would love that as well.
Let's do it. There's nothing to bring the Shack, man. When we get off this call, man, we'll talk personally, and we'll set that up. You know, I got some options as well, but it is what it is. It's Diverse Entertainment Management, man. 25 years.
And you guys, and sorry, Tone and Blak, you guys also did a song together called Solid, which actually is a very amazing song. I have to ask you, what's the story behind that song, and what's the inspiration behind that amazing track?
I mean, Solid was just basically telling cats how we was about to come. You know what I mean? Solid was done when me and Tone really first linked up and was like, hey, let's do this. Let's take the game over. And so Solid was basically telling cats what we was about to do. Yeah.
And I have to ask you guys, is that song still available actually for streaming purposes on the internet?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yep. You can stream it on YouTube right now. The video is out. You can find it on all the digital platforms. Just kind of search it. It's there. Enjoy the song. We appreciate it, man. It was one of those tracks where I wasn't doing too much on it. It was solid because we solid. And that's what the fuck it is. We solid.
Word. Blue.
I can leave my office and leave him in here. You know what I'm talking about? I can leave my office for 3 days, a week, and we solid.
That part. Feel me?
And my shit will be good when I come back. We got a good relationship.
And also, Tone the Manager, I noticed that you mentioned a couple times how you also run Diverse Entertainment Management, Inc. I have to can you tell us a little bit more about that, and also what services do you offer to the general public?
Diverse Entertainment is an entertainment service corporation. I specialize in artist management, development, finances, and also fashion. Diverse Entertainment was a way to people could come and to get out of the extra. I'll never want to have a company where someone felt they were getting ripped off, wasn't getting nothing, their money's worth or whatever. I only do what I do because it's business. I know the business, I know all my paperwork, and that's why I only do certain things. But Diverse Entertainment comes from education, knowledge, and passion in business and the entertainment industry for so long that I ended up becoming the go-to guy in Atlanta. When I started the company, I was already the business manager for so many other companies where I left those companies. And I refused to work for anybody else, and I started Diverse Entertainment in College Park, Atlanta, in my one-bedroom apartment. And I remember writing down all the events that I had just did within the last 30 and 60 days. I remember running out of paper to write on it, and I would hang them on my wall in Atlanta, and I said, I'm going to be the biggest management company in history. I'm going to manage everybody. Um, so that's how that kind of came out. I always did business as far as artists, modeling, management, legal contracts, agreements, all the legal stuff behind the scenes, paperwork that people were scared to do, didn't have no one to show them how to do it, how to get it. They came to me for that. That's how I formed Diverse Entertainment Management. So I've been managing rappers over 20 years now. Big rappers. I didn't manage so many artists I didn't came across with in my journey, from BG to D12 to Bubba Sparks to Lil Zane, 69 Boys. Shit, I can't remember all of them. Lil Scrappy. It's just been a crazy journey, but I grew up studying West Coast music to the fullest, and all the rappers I grew up listening to, and now I'm managing. So I kind of leave it in God's arms to just kind of keep me moving, because He already had it already planned out for me. So I just run my company to the fullest. I run 3 companies actually. I separate all of them, and I do them diligently and make money.
And Blak, you also have a new album coming out called The Pursuist. I have to ask you, what can our listeners expect from that album, and also when is that actually set to release to the general public?
Okay, definitely, man.
Put it on!
Man, y'all gotta get that good music, man. The pursuit, man. The pursuit is just basically a man walking in his purpose. The pursuit for wealth, knowledge, health. You feel me? That's life, man. The life soundtrack, man. It's real hip hop. It's something that our ears ain't really heard in a long time, man. Real hip hop, and I'm here to give it to you, man. Blak Lazarous. You see me? It's coming, y'all. The pursuit.
And I gotta ask you guys this, man. Is there gonna be any like hard copies for the old school listeners? And if so, where can they cop themselves a hard copy?
We're going to be having all those manufactured soon. Once we get all our release dates in order, we'll have that scheduled as well. Hard copies for the fans. We'll be shipping those out directly from the manufacturers.
That's what's up, man. I'm looking forward to that particular record, man. It actually sounds like a phenomenal record. So yeah, guys, anyone that's listening, whether it's live or anywhere else, make sure you get a copy of Blak Lazarous' album. You already know, one hell of a talented MC. Don't sleep on it. Get it today.
Much love.
So also, Tone, you actually released the album called The Perfect Album earlier this month. So the same thing, man. I have to ask you, what can our listeners actually... I have to ask you guys this, man. What is the story behind that record, man? Because... And also, where can our listeners actually get themselves a copy of that?
Man, they know how to Google it. They know how to find it. I mean, The Perfect Album is my last final full studio CD I want to ever release. I want to put that on everything. I'll probably do a few features here and there, and that's that. This is my final album. You got to remember, I've been doing this a long time. I spent half of my career in the recording studio. The Perfect Album is my last final project I want to release worldwide, and it has to be perfect. What I mean when I say perfect, meaning I'm super satisfied with everything, and so I want to give my fans a little bit something different than this is my last release. I want to give them some options. I want to be releasing a deluxe edition as well, pre-orders through iTunes and Spotify and everything else. So just want to do something different, but The Perfect Album is like the hardest shit ever, bruh.
Hey, after all, it's called The Perfect Album, you know what I mean? So you already know it's going to be perfect.
I got something for the gangsters. I got something for the thugs. I got from the business guys, for the business women. I got something for the ladies, man. I got some turn-ups, some slow it down, but all that shit slap. Everything is original. Man, it's just crazy. I got bass heavy Cam from Miami on there. I got Sparks, the track man from Cincinnati. I got Jay Uno producing some tracks on there. It's just perfect album, man. And this is my last final project, so I want to make sure it's all the way to the T. So I went ahead and released a few of the singles because I have so many people anticipating it and itching to Andy. So we came together and we're going to be releasing a deluxe edition of The same project, but a little bit different with a couple different bonuses, different tracks as well, but similar in the same.
Most definitely sounds like it sounds like you're giving this album to the fans type thing.
It's for the fans. It's dedicated to the legendary great Run DMC and Jam Master Jay. I want to make sure I dedicate this project to them because that's where I got a lot of my energy from. So by me going out with my last project, I want to dedicate this to them. Yeah, in my city of Detroit, Michigan.
And also, I gotta ask you guys, what is next for Tone the Manager and Blak Lazarous, man? What is next for you guys? Anything else you want to promote? We still have you here on 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM.
Right. Well, I'll tell you something. Well, we're getting ready for the Grinding Out Tour. The 8th annual tour is going down. We got some big names on the road with us. We ain't never took a day off, so we're going to keep on grinding. Y'all stand by for the 2020 Grinding Out Tour. We're coming to the East Coast, and Blak Lazarous got a mixtape coming out as well. Stand by for that, and we're going to keep it moving, but it's the perfect album. It's the pursuit. What you tell them?
Yeah, mixtape dropping after the album, but right now, man, it's all eyes on the pursuit, man. Y'all can look for that. It's going to drop this summer. Man, it's going to be hot, man. That's all eyes on the pursuit right now. Pursuit. Slapping. Track after track.
So, guys, this is the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individuals that come up on the radio station. Just a chance to give shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to. And, of course, your social media handles. That way our listeners can shoot you guys a follow if they're not already doing so.
All right, well, you can go ahead and check me out on the IG at Blak Lazarous. That's BLAK Lazarous. That's the same as the Facebook and all other social media platforms. You can check all the music out on YouTube, Spotify, and all the other platforms right now. Just want to give a shout out to my boy Tone, and all my other cats. You feel me? From Long Beach, Pete Clizart, D3 the Rockstar, TF Third, and all the other Conley West, and all the other features I got on the album. You feel me? The Pursuit dropping this summer. Gonna love it, man. It's hot hip hop. Blak Lazarous. I'm here.
So, as far as me, I ain't hard to find. You can just Google me, Tone the Manager. I'm on everything moving, on everything. As far as IG, Tone the Manager, Facebook, Tone the Manager, Instagram, hard to find, man. I'm saying, if anything, you can go to www.tonethemanager.com and everybody can see what we're doing. We have all the locations there, all the departments there where we can break down the company and how we move. But we just don't do music as far as company itself. But I do own 2 companies and shit like that, man. But man, we running this shit right now. Las Vegas #1 independent record label, 40 album catalog, 40 in store. I could pull every 40 out right now. These niggas talking about they big dogs. They ain't big dog. You cannot be a big dog with 5 albums. It do not work like that. It just don't work. You ain't paid your dues. Just kick back, learn the game and shit. When your time comes, you'll be straight. But right now, we running this shit right here in Vegas, 40 albums, Grind Out Records. I can show you my awards for #1 independent record label of the year last year. And I took on Manager of the Year back to back. What is they talking about? They can't fuck with us. These guys don't even have their paperwork together.
Hey, Tone, the one thing I do want to ask you before we wrap this up here is, I noticed since it's 2020, almost everybody wants to play rapper. And you are such a solidified manager within the music industry, and I have to ask you, can you put some of these youngsters up on game? What does it take to actually be a solidified hip-hop artist within the music industry?
It takes God and some humbleness. Some of the small things as your personal characteristics go a long way versus you delivering a freestyle, because everybody's not going to rap the same. You know what I'm saying? But you got to still have the same understanding. A lot of cats, some of them think it's kind of easy, because a few people have got into the industry on an easy slip note, but it's about paying dues, staying humble, staying loyal. If you fuck with a clique, fuck with that clique, and roll with that clique, because as soon as you leave that clique, they're going to blow up. And that's how it always goes. But in the same time, you got to stay down to come up.
That's real tough.
If you feel like you can do this as your career, do the things you're supposed to be doing. If you're an artist, act like one. And that's how I feel. And then I think you should be fine, because everybody else will adapt to that and pick up from that.
Anything else you want to touch on that, Blak Lazarous?
That's real, man. I'm going to say, just keep it real. Just keep it genuine. Keep it organic. Like you said, God, you feel me? Like when it's got music, hip hop, it's got instrumentation. You know what I mean? And you ain't spitting that real shit, they gonna see it. They gonna real lies gonna realize real lies. They gonna see if you fake or not. And so if you want to be a solidified MC, just bring everything from the heart, man, and keep it genuine, keep it organic. Or you know, you might turn out to be a Tekashi 6ix9ine or something, you know, but that's a different story. That's all.
Outlaw Radio, man. What's good, man?
You already know, man. I want to say, guys, thank you so much for coming up on Outlaw Radio, man. 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM, guys. Thank you so much. You guys have yourself a wonderful night. I'm looking forward to hearing about that Grinded Out tour. Hopefully you guys end up in Canada, because if you do, DJ Immortal's going to be front and center, man. I can never miss a Dove Shack concert. But most of all, guys, stay safe. Don't let the coronavirus get you, man.
We appreciate it so much, man. We really do. Like I say, stay tuned for the music of the hour. Stay in touch with us, man. We're going to keep it moving, man. I appreciate the business.
Hey, you're most certainly welcome. You guys are always welcome on 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM, guys. Thank you so much. Have yourselves a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you.